Monica. I do not know Barbara very well. Most of my exposure to her is, oh God, look at these texts my crazy mom sent.
Barbara, you gotta stop.
As much technology as you taught her, she still sends like 20 in a row. That's what emails for. Just one line. That's perfect.
Over the last couple of days, I've had the privilege of meeting many of you and spending this special time with her. In December, when Monica graduated, I had the privilege of meeting everyone. I met Barbara and her siblings, Alice and Henry, who's not here. And to have them include me in an event that I know was very important to Monica was very significant for me, and it meant a great deal for me to be included in that. And the honor of being exposed to all these family and relationships that you've cultivated over all this time is all mine. I'm very glad to be here. Happy birthday.
Okay. Oh, that's it. Yeah. Is there anything you want to announce?
You won.
That's it.
Wonderful.
Very nice.
You won.
Very nice. Thank you, Nathan. Number 11. Jack, that's right. Thank you, Jack. Anybody put a Jack? A J?
You're a joker.
No, not a joker, a J. Thank you, Keish.
Do I need to just do busy?
I need some tissue.
Here you go, right here, right here.
Don't you start with me now.
Yeah,
Just come here. Smell yourself right now.
It's a church.
She's already crying over this.
That's all right, Kishi. You guys are. Come on.
I know we're under a time limit, so I'm just.
We're not under a time limit.
Yes, you are. We're here between dinner.
Hey, eat a cracker.
Barbie knows my heart, and I know hers. And that's what really got us together, is that our hearts spoke to one another in different ways that I don't have a lot of stories because I probably haven't spent as much time with her as everyone here, but we just had a heart connection, and I can't really explain that. It's something you feel, and it's difficult to explain to others, and as you all know, when you have a heart connection, you know what it feels like. And sometimes you can't always say all the right words. And we just have heart connection. And I love this woman more than anything. And she's been a huge influence and a mentor to me. And I'll do anything for her. And I know that she's always there for me too. So we just have an unconditional love.
All right. Well, let the church say amen. Queen. Who pulled the queen?
You call me?
Oh. Hey, what of it? Queen. Miss Zizi, you're going to speak for you and Mr. Rubin. Mr. Rubin, join in with her if you'd like. Okay.
That's okay.
You never know what comes out of it.
Uh-oh.
All right, I'm going to keep you back there.
State your name, ma'am.
My name is Zizi, and I met Barbara actually through Michael. And it's interesting how a lot of you are talking about, and everybody says, met Barbara through Michael. Yep. So here's to Michael.
Yeah.
My boss with me.
To Mike.
Mikey, yep. And the reason I met Michael is because he was looking to see how he could manage his retirement account. He wasn't really happy. So he came to Los Fargo. At the time I used to work there. he wasn't really happy. So they said, hey, you gotta go and talk to that lady. She knows what she's doing. That's what they told him. So he came and we started talking. I right away liked him because his biggest concern was, I want to make sure that whatever I do supports my wife and supports my daughter. So those were the two things that I remember. And then I told him, I said, well, at one point I had to meet Barbara. She goes, well, we're going to hold off on that for now. Barbara, she has to, she doesn't like everybody, but she was like, okay, all right. And fast forward, one day she was retiring and she wanted me to actually look at her retirement. And you came to my office and that was it. That was the beginning of our relationship.
It's been a long time now.
It's been a long time.
It's pushing 10 years, honey. And I'll tell you what, thanks to this woman right here, I am in the position I am to be able to say I semi-retire because I will always be in debt. Woo! You will always be.
I'm just happy you're in my life.
Oh. Cheers. Thank you, Miss DZ. And that's her cute honey, Mr. Ruben.
I like those Armenians.
That's great. That was Queen, right? King.
Yes.
I'm the king.
King.
So I'm Daniel.
Hi, Daniel.
My husband, Andy.
Hi, Daniel.
And Barbara's just an amazing person. I don't even remember when I met her.
Oh, go for it.
Some party or other. And
There's drinking involved.
there's drinking always.
Such a shock.
I mean, And I don't know, I think Barbara's an amazing person and she's always, just has a great attitude and always wants to help. You're always so helpful. And even I started a store this year and Barbara, since she was in retirement, said, I'll do some stuff for you. And she's been, volunteering and working with me and doing great things. And
He's got a beautiful store. I'm going to put a plug in. I know, living in San Francisco, if you ever go to the showroom, it's very bourgeois. Contemporary furniture.
Oh.
I used to go in there to help, let him have lunch, and I loved sitting at that desk, and I felt myself, so bourgeois. Contemporary furniture. This is not your little Russell Stevens. This is like better than Roche Boudoir.
that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Daniel.
I expect it's a family discount.
Family.
When you're at the desk.
Come over.
Whoop, whoop. Okay, who's the ace of hearts? Auntie Alice.
I've known you longer than anybody here, I bet.
Oh, is that right?
Well,
We want to hear the juicy story.
I got it. No, but I'm Barbara's sister, and I'm just so thrilled to finally meet everyone because I feel like I know you only because of the conversations that we have. We share. We're on different parts of the United States. We're separated by so many miles, but we're still very, very close. And my parents immigrated here from Germany after the war, and my older brother and I were born in Germany. Barbara was born in Boston, and my younger brother was born in Connecticut.
Boston.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, and we really don't have any family except now just the three of us: my sister, my brother Henry, and myself. And for me, to hear all these stories about my little sister, it's just mind-boggling to me too, because to me, she's always the little sister. She's the one who my mother used to tell me when we used to get ready to go to school. My mom had to go to work, and she'd go, now you make sure that you know Barbara's So I literally used to take the comb, and I hated to do this. I would just rip And when she didn't sit still, I would take the brush and smack her.
There must be some older sister book. My sister used to do the same thing.
And she used to cry, and then I would sort of kick her. And we used to have to sleep in the same room. My parents didn't have much, so we had the same. My brothers had a room, and we had a room. So I mean, there was a definition line. We slept in the same bed, and I said, if you ever cross that line with your hand, with your foot, I mean, that was terrible. So far, now again, my mom used to go to work, and there were 4 of us at the time, and we had our chores. And my mom would say, okay, when I come back, I want the dishes done. We had to vacuum, we had to move the furniture, and I used to terrorize her, and because I didn't want to do the work. So my mother walked out the door, and I said, "You do the dishes, you do this," and she would scurry around, and she would do this. Now my older brother, at one point, and then I'd smack her around, and she always did what I said. She was afraid of me, right?
I'm afraid of you.
So at one point, I don't know, I wasn't there, but my older brother talked to her, and he said, don't take that from her, stand up to her, say no. So one day, I came home from school, and I go, do the dishes. And she stood there, and she said, no. And I went, whoa, I mean, it was like, I said, what do you mean no? She goes, I'm not doing that anymore. You can't bully me. And that was your truth. And I went, oh, crap. I never crossed her path. But she was always, the hippie. She always had this, this sense of what's right and how you should treat people, and everyone is equal, and as she's grown, as I said, to me, looking at and listening to how she affected, so many lives, and, I no matter what I did to her, when we were younger, my brother, my sister, and myself, we're all that we have. And, I would do anything for her, and I know she's done everything that anyone could possibly do to help, me. Mentally, and my daughter too. So she's just so special to me. I just have one more little story.
Take your time, Auntie.
She's on a roll.
Take your time.
But this is cute. When she was younger, she kind of would always get into these zones. I don't know if she still does that. She would get on this path, and she would do things. And one day, I remember she was standing and doing the dishes, and all of a sudden, I don't know what got into her, but she was in this zone, and she's doing the dishes, and I walk into the kitchen, and she's doing it, and all of a sudden, she just lifted her skirt, and she stood there in front of the sink with her dress over her head, and she just stood there for like a few seconds. What the heck is that? And then I said, Barbara, what are you doing? And she goes, oh!
Okay, so how old? I was only 6.
But they were the happiest moments of your life.
16. There you go. She's never done anything like that.
Well, we don't know. They ended up tonight. Ruben, you gotta be finding me dates.
So, I love you, Barb. My sister, and I was so glad I could come out and help celebrate. Stephanie is Barbara's other sister. Don't ask about, she just has a deep taste.
That's right.
Well, we'll ask Mom about the dad.
Thank you. She was out in the 70s, honey.
Swing
Thank you, Alice. Ace, let's see. Low Joker.
Is that the black and white Joker?
You have high Joker, Mom. Do you have a star on it?
No.
Let's see. Red is always high. That
All
was
right.
fun.
So I guess I'll
Hi, sweetie.
Well, I first just have to say, I met Barbara in 2011, which is probably after the most of you all. So I'm hearing things about how she was a little bit of a hard ass at work. Boy, when we worked together, she's like, I just know it's it's just the same old shit. It's like, who cares? So maybe it was like the cumulative effect of some of the, I don't know, token
I go through menopause.
I don't know this Barbara you guys are talking about because that kind of sounds like me on her. Since the Joker, I'm going to try to make something a little more humorous sort of relation story. So I'm going to go back to the party that Juan and I had. There was 8 of us, and when we woke up in the morning, I realized there was a bottle of tequila gone and I think 12 bottles of wine. You do the math.
All right.
So, even though I don't have any of these pictures, I did see pictures. She's making out with everybody. When I say everybody, I'm saying Barbara's making out with Barbara. Barbara's making out with Lily. I'm sitting there going, gosh, of all these single people we invited, except for Barbara and I, she is the most, how shall I say, comfortable with herself, making out with as many women as she can. If only a gay person could be as successful. Well, we had a fantastic time, and I will say there will be multiple times, it seems like almost weekly now, I tell Barbara, say, Barbara, I am just gonna shoot somebody at work. Just listen to me for 30 seconds. And so she always calms me down.
Yeah. Walk the dog. You gotta walk the dog. Walk the dog.
Like the 3-hour walk the dog.
There you go.
But she's more walking me. So thank you so much for being our wife, Barbara.
All right.
Sandra wanted to know, was this a euphemism, this walk the dog thing? Is this something we all need to know?
We can have the dog and we meet at the party. We walk the dog.
She's walking.
No, she's not making out with anybody. The dog's sweet tinker. She's walking by him.
I'm walking the dog. She's walking.
All right, Mom. Hi, Joker.
I got the story. Okay, you
Uh-oh.
watching the story.
I must say, I was thinking, when did I meet Barbara? It seems like there wasn't a time that she wasn't in my life.
Yeah.
For some reason, her family and Barbara, when I met her, she just fit right in. And I just loved her world point of view in life. To me, Barbara just saw people as people. And that's what I saw and gravitated to. We've been on many, many trips together, had many, many laughs, but one comes to mind. This one trip that you, Stephanie, and I took, and we went to Malaga, Spain, and we were all pumped and ready for dancing. Disco. Then I could dance. I could turn it out.
Drop it like it's hot.
Yeah, drop it like it was hot and cold. And so we dressed all up, looking great, and going out, and we know the Spaniards eat late, so, you know, we planned on that. 10 o'clock we had our dinner, whatever, and after we had our dinner, it was about 11 o'clock now, we're looking for disco. So we had a car, we rented a car, and we started looking for disco, saw one over there, pulled in there, walked in, the music was pumping hot. That place was empty. Not a soul there. But the DJ, so he was pumping music, and we said, when do they start? And he said, oh, they'll be here in about a couple hours. That'll be about 12 o'clock. So we got back in the car, drove around looking for other places. Then we ended up going back there. Now that was about 2 o'clock.
A.M.
Going back there, looked in there, music jamming. We come in all pumping and ready to rock and roll. Nobody.
Monica, doesn't that sound familiar?
In there. So No, we told the DJ, play the music. The three of us turned it out. We were all dancing it. There's the three of us in this huge place.
Huge.
We danced until we got so tired. We said, let's go back to the room. I love her spirit, her party spirit, honey. You keep that. That will keep you young. You will have a good life. But you just keep going, no matter what nobody says.
You my
keep
mentor.
going.
You are my mentor.
Oh,
You are my mentor. If I didn't have you, I